What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another lesson with me, Tom. Today we're looking at 10 past time expressions that you should be using in your everyday English. This is going to be super useful, guys, and hang around for the final phrase because that is one of my favorite English expressions of all time. Don't go anywhere. If you want to tell a story that happened in the past, you're going to need past time expressions. Now, we probably all know about things like yesterday or last night or last week. Here are 10 more that perhaps you don't know that you should be using to help you tell your stories. Guys, before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my English lessons. All right. Because these are all past time expressions, we're going to be using a past tense. So it could be past simple, it could be the past continuous, possibly you might be using the past perfect with a past simple tense. So any past tense will work perfectly with these past time expressions. Do not use the present perfect with any of these past time expressions because these are points in the past that are now finished, they're complete. So we can't use the present perfect to link it to now. So only past tenses. Let's start off with a very British English phrase, a fortnight ago. A fortnight ago. A fortnight is 2 weeks or 14 days. It's a very British expression. I don't think they use this in American English. The ago tells us that it's in the past. So a fortnight ago, that's telling us that it was 2 weeks in the past. The pronunciation, fortnight. Fortnight. A fortnight ago. Let's put that into an example sentence. They moved house a fortnight ago. They moved house a fortnight ago. This phrase I use all the time. Ages ago. Ages ago. If we use the word ages, it means a long time. We don't know exactly how long, but a very long time. So if I say ages ago, it was a long time in the past. Example sentence. My last holiday was ages ago. Oh, my last holiday was ages ago. So my last holiday was a long time ago in the past. Ages ago. Here's a super useful one. Okay, so today is Friday. Let's say today is Friday. Yesterday was Thursday. How do I describe Wednesday? It's kind of tricky. Yesterday was Thursday. What's Wednesday? All right, the phrase we use, the day before yesterday. The day before yesterday. That makes sense. Okay, the day before yesterday. So I went swimming the day before yesterday. I went swimming the day before yesterday. Now we can play with this structure. So it doesn't have to be the day before yesterday. We could use week or month or year. Now let's use it with week. Okay, so the week before last. Now, what we're really saying is the week before last week. So not last week, the week before last week. Now, we're not saying that final week just because we understand, we know what it means. So the week before last is 2 weeks ago. Not last week, the week before that, 2 weeks ago. The week before last. You could say the year before last. The year before last. So this year is 2017. So the year before last is 2015. That's right, 2015. So the year before last. So we use this kind of structure to help us talk about not last year or last week, but the one before that one. Quite useful. So an example, I went to Canada the year before last. I went to Canada the year before last. If we want to look at a certain period in our lives, we can use the structure when I was. So when I was a child, when I was a child. So now I'm focusing on that period of time, the time when I was a child. When I was a child, we lived in France. When I was a child, we lived in France. It's not true, but it's an example sentence. You can change that. So when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I loved playing football. When I was a teenager, I loved playing football. Now, with this phrase, you can also use used to or would to talk about past habits. So when I was a child, we used to go and see my grandma every week. So when I was a child, we used to see my grandma every week. So you can use used to or would to talk about past habits as well. Now, if you're not sure how to use used to or would, I've done a video. You can check it out right now. I'll put the link right above. So when I was, and then a thing. So when I was a child, when I was a teenager, when I was a uni student, whatever you want. This is a fantastic informal expression to describe a time in the past that's quite recent, but not specific. So not definitely yesterday or the day before yesterday, but another time. We say the other day, the other day. So I use this all the time. If I'm telling a friend about, I saw a TV program, I'll say, I saw this great program the other day. I saw this great program the other day. And it just means in the past, maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago, doesn't really matter. That's not the important thing. The most important thing is the TV program that I want to tell you about, not really when I saw it. So the other day is a really nice way to say a couple of days in the past. Not important when. The other day. Another really nice expression to talk about an undefined period of time in the past is a while ago. A while ago. Now again, it's a long time in the past, kind of similar to ages. I feel like ages ago seems like it's a much longer time ago. A while ago is, it's quite a long time in the past, but we don't know exactly when. That's not important. We don't really care when it was, but it was long enough in the past to be a while ago. Example sentence: the last time I saw John, it was a while ago. The last time I saw John was a while ago. Often when we're talking about past time, we'll just use the day or the month or the year. Now let's get our prepositions perfect for these. So when we're talking about days, we use on. So on Sunday, I went to the cinema. On Sunday, I went to the cinema. For months, we'll use in. So in February, I went to Japan. In February, I went to Japan. And of course, with years, again, we're using in. I moved to Hong Kong in 2012. I moved to Hong Kong in 2012. Obviously, these time phrases could be used not just in the past, but also in the future. But specifically, we're talking about the past today. So remember, it's on with the day of the week, in with the month, and in with the year. If we want to talk about a moment that literally just happened, it was not very long ago, very recently in the past, we could say a second ago. A second ago. Now, it's not literally 1 second, but we're using it to talk about a very recent time in the past. A second ago. John was here a second ago. John was here a second ago. John was here very recently. He's not here now, but maybe a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, he was here. So John was here a second ago. Again, ago tells us that it's in the past, and a second, very short period of time. A second ago. And finally, probably in my top 3 favorite English expressions. Yeah, I think so. I think top 3, definitely. This is so good. So this phrase, back in the day. Back in the day. We're using it to describe a past time, not specific, we don't know exactly when, and we use it often to talk about memories, and quite often happy memories. Back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of hip hop. Back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of hip hop. Right, so we're using used to, okay, so it's a past habit. So this one we can use with a past tense or, a past habit like used to or would. So back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of hip hop. So in a past time, not specific, probably when I was young, I listened to a lot of hip hop, okay, so hip hop music. So back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of hip hop. Another example, back in the day, my dad had a moustache. Back in the day, my dad had a moustache, and it was an amazing moustache as well. So in the past, sometime in the past, when I was young, my dad had a moustache. Okay, I remember back in the day, people used to smoke in pubs. I remember back in the day, people used to smoke in pubs. All right, so there. I remember back in the day, so a long time ago in the past, people used to smoke cigarettes in the pub. So that's a great example of an informal phrase, very natural phrase that you're not going to find in your English course books, but it's a phrase that you're going to hear in conversations on TV, things like that. So back in the day is easily in my top 3 favorite phrases of all time. And I hope it becomes yours as well. EC Dreamers, which of those phrases were brand new for you? Which ones didn't you know before you watched this video? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you want to put them into a practice sentence for me, then please do, and I will come down and I will have a look at it. I'll correct it if it needs correcting. I love to see you guys practicing your English, because that's how we improve, right? We learn something, we practice it, and then it becomes a part of us. So yes, put your practice sentence into the comments below. If you haven't already, guys, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and remember, I've got new videos every Tuesday and every Friday, helping you take your English to the next level. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I can't wait to see you again. This is Tom, the Chief Dreamer, saying goodbye.